This is James and Jonathan for JoystickDream.com, and we're doing a video on our best and worst movies of 2014. So, Mr. Jonathan, let's start off with the worst movie you saw this year.
Okay, the worst movie. Are we starting from the low to the worst, top worst, or top worst, or
either way?
Either way. Okay, well, the least worst movie that I saw in 2014 was Spider-Man 2. The reason why it was on this list is because I'm just tired of reboots. You know,
you're a big comic book Marvel fan.
I know.
I'm surprised that Marvel was on your list.
I was entertained by the film. Don't get me wrong. I like the special effect. I like the costume and everything. But overall, I just felt nothing was really new, and I felt they were doing the same mistake as the previous Spider-Man. Like there were so many villains going on. I feel like they left stuff unblanked and unanswered, and it sets up for the next film, which I'm assuming they're making is a trilogy film or more.
Yeah, that's what they're doing a trilogy with this guy, then they're gonna start it over. In like 5 years and do it again.
Yeah, so that's why it's in the least. And in the middle, I just saw this recently in theaters, is Into the Woods, the Disney film. I did not expect to be a musical film, and it was. So I spent about almost two hours watching people singing about stuff that we already know about, and fantasy tales and stuff, fairy tales and stuff. It was an interesting movie overall, but wow. Just wow. There was a moment where my cousin and I, we even looked at each other and were saying, we don't even know what we were looking at. But avoid that movie, we don't like it.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did watch the trailer, but
there was no singing in the
trailer. I don't remember there was any singing. I don't remember there was any singing, but I watched it anyways, and yeah, I wish they had a big note, a note sign. But anyways, that's just my opinion. And the number one movie, the worst movie of 2014 for me, it was actually really disappointing, was Dumb and Dumber 2. I was really looking forward for this film. Like, I mean, it was like a long time. Like, I don't know, over 20 years by now, right? The first movie came out in 1994. I was like about maybe 6-7 years at the time, and I saw that film and I found it really funny. And I watched it recently, just before watching the sequels, just to see a refresh. And I just found the new film, they just made the character, Harry and Lloyd, more stupid than they were in the first film. And there were some jokes where I laughed out loud, and it was pretty funny. But overall, I just feel like the formula that was in the first one was gone and missing. And yeah, so I was really disappointed in that film. And I just want to make an honorable mention that didn't make it on the top 3 worst films for me in 2014 was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just because of so much Megan Fox in the whole movie and the turtles.
It's about the turtles.
It's all about the turtles, exactly. It's about the turtles. And they were awesome. Even though they fucked up on the origin story. You know, they messed up the origin. They twisted it around.
They rewrote the origin story.
They rewrote the whole origin story. Like, okay, I guess I can believe a little bit that Master Splinter learned from reading a jujitsu book of ninja and stuff instead of copycatting his master. But yeah, and like the CGI computer animation, that it didn't bother me so much, but I don't think they didn't have to go that length to make them all CGI. I think they would have been fine with costumes. I mean, when I saw them, yeah, when I saw them in the 90s, I thought they were real turtles.
Now, if you watch like the old movies now, the costumes still look good. They still look, to me, they look better than the CGI now. So they should have just got some martial artists and put them in the costumes, and it would look better than how they had it. And they all look like Brock Lesnar, super rough.
And also during the film, you never felt like they were really threatened, unless there were bazookas around. But other than that, like majority of the time, they were like twice as big as the average ninja human, so they can just do one punch or one kick and they're KO. But yeah, that's my top 3 worst movie of 2014. How about you, James?
Alright, so my top 3 worst. Number 1, I'll start it off, was Oculus, that's like a horror movie, and it just seemed kind of dumb to me that like the whole story kind of didn't make sense. Which like a lot of horror movies to me, if it's like ghosts or somewhere where they just like don't really explain it, that that much. It doesn't make sense. But it was kind of stupid how the lady, she kind of set herself up to get, they put themselves in a situation for the mirror or whatever thing to kill him. They kind of set themselves up to die. It was like, it didn't make sense that they're trying to kill the spirit in the, it's like a spirit in the mirror or something.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
But they set themselves up to die, to like, let's go put ourselves alone in this house and then not tell anybody. It's like she had her husband call her every hour or whatever. That's the only security she really got. But like, it was like, you're going to die. Or something bad's going to happen, how you set it up all by yourself. But I thought that was kind of weak. And then the second worst movie, what do I have? Sex Tape, yeah.
Sex Tape?
Yeah, I was watching that movie, and it's like I couldn't really finish it. I couldn't like pay attention. I was like looking at my cell phone. It just wasn't interesting, and there was not enough.
You didn't think Cameron's ass?
There was not enough titties and ass in the movie.
Cameron's ass was not interesting.
You call the movie Sex Tape. I need to see some titties and ass in the first 5 minutes. Okay.
I mean, I at least enjoyed that I was able to see her ass. Like, I was like the first time I ever seen Cameron Diaz actually.
You never seen that movie with Ben Stiller? She was pretty hot in that. I don't know if she was naked.
Oh, you mean are you talking about that one movie
where he jizzed in her hair?
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Something About Mary.
Yeah, something about Mary.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And she was 10 times hotter then.
No, Mask. Jim Carrey.
Mask, yeah.
She was fine.
She was hot in the mask.
She was fine. She had some meat in that. That meat in those legs.
Alright, so yeah, I thought that was kind of weak. It was, I think they were just trying to like trick people into thinking you could see naked Cameron Diaz, but there was none. And it was kind of a weak movie. And then my worst movie of 2014 was the Transformers, whatever it's called, the 3-hour movie. I watched that. It's 3 hours long.
It's a long ass title.
And it's like 2 hours of humans and no Transformers. And it's kind of dumb. There's one part where like Bumblebee is running and he does like a little 2-step. I was watching it with my friend. He's like, he just do a 2-step out of the middle of nowhere, do a little crip walk for no reason. It kind of didn't make sense. But I was thinking I want to re-edit it and take out every part where it's humans and just so Transformers, and it'll be like an hour long, and the movie will be way better. So that's my worst movie of 2014.
Any honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions. Let's see. There's a movie I haven't seen, but it's like a Christmas movie directed by Kirk Cameron. And it has, technically it's the worst movie ever made because it has a 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And it's the lowest rated movie on IMDb, which is like 1.5 out of 10. And for a movie to get rated on IMDb, it needs 2,500 reviews. So that means 2,500 people, and it's still only a 1 point whatever rating.
You know what they need? You need ass and titties.
Yeah, you need some ass and titties.
In that. Alright, so that's our worst. Now we're going to move on for the top 3 best of 2014.
Let's take a break, and then we'll come with the top 3 best movies of 2014 from James and Jonathan for JoystickDream.com. Welcome back. This is James and Jonathan for JoystickDream.com. We're talking about the best and worst movies of 2014. We did the worst. Now we're going to talk about the best movies that we saw in 2014. So some of the movies I saw, that these are not in my top 3, but I thought it was pretty good, was honorable mention. Captain America, which is not in my top 3.
Ah.
But I thought it was a really cool movie.
That was a good movie.
Deliverance from Evil, which I said before, I don't like a lot of horror movies that deal with spirits and stuff. But I thought Deliverance from Evil was a cool movie. It's like it's kind of like an exorcism type movie, but it's like a police trying to find it. Like,
with Eric Bana.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool movie. Have you seen it?
No, man, I haven't seen it.
Check it out. It's pretty cool.
I wanted to watch it, but my girlfriend doesn't like scary movies. I don't know, like I couldn't watch Annabelle with her. I had to go with my other cousin.
Draft Day, which I'm not a sports fan. I don't watch like football or anything, but that's a pretty cool movie. And it's about football, but I'm not a sports fan, but I still thought it was pretty cool. And Lucy was alright. And Non-Stop. With Liam Neeson. Little do you know, there's a tie-in with the show Key and Peele. They have a sketch that has Liam Neeson's, and it's a tie-in with the movie. So check that out. It's on YouTube, actually.
Yeah.
And The Expendables is pretty cool. I'll go with my top 3 movies.
Okay.
Of 2014. I'll say the number 3 one was Batman: Assault on Arkham. Have you seen this movie? You have not seen this movie.
Not seen this movie.
You're the number 1 Batman fan. This guy has a Batman tattoo.
Wait, was that a movie like a straight to DVD or something?
It was straight to DVD.
I didn't know we were doing DVDs.
It was an anime. It's the best movies that came out in 2014. It came out in 2014. Batman: Assault on Arkham. It's a pretty cool movie, and there's a lot of people dying in it, which that doesn't happen a lot in Batman stuff.
That's not the one with Suicide Squad. That's a different movie, right?
No, I don't know what Suicide Squad is. Who's in Suicide Squad?
The Harley Quinn and Deathshot.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, then I did see it. Then.
Oh, yeah.
That's different title. You tried to confuse you.
It's called Batman: Assault on Arkham. That's the name of the movie. Okay. That's my number 3.
That's actually a really good movie, yeah.
Yes. So I thought that was pretty cool. My number 2 is Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, and they kind of changed the name afterwards. It's called like Live Die Repeat. If you want to look for it now, it's called Live Die Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow. But when it came out in theater, it was just Edge of Tomorrow. But I think that's one of the best movies. It's also like if you like video games, or if you like Groundhog, it's pretty much like a Groundhog Day mixed with like Killzone or something. But it's a pretty cool movie. So check it out. And it's like there's like a lot of action scenes, but it's kind of like comedy how they do it, because he dies like every day and comes back and tries to figure out how not to die the next day. So he'll be trying heck hard to like survive, and then he'll just get bored one day and just do heck stupid stuff or whatever. And like sometimes he'll die heck stupid, like he'll get hit by a car. You know, it's like gunfights and like planes crashing. And one time this is one guy he sees every day that gets like killed by a plane. And then they try to save the guy, and he gets killed and whatever. It's pretty funny. But it's a hardcore action movie too, though. But it's also a comedy. And then my number 1 movie, what everybody knows, it's everybody's number 1 movie, is Guardians of the Galaxy. Because that's an awesome movie. That's all I need to say. That's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
I got my Groot Funko Pop Loot Crate exclusive with the glow-in-the-dark hand right here. Guardians of the Galaxy. It's pretty much Space Avengers.
Wow.
And the soundtrack is awesome too.
Soundtrack is awesome. Yeah, I think I downloaded the app, like the soundtrack. At least the free one. It's free. And
my favorite character is Rocket Raccoon. Even though I like Groot is awesome, I like Rocket Raccoon. And I like Drax because I didn't know Batista. He's like a WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he could act, but I guess I heard as soon as he's like a big Marvel fan, and I heard like as soon as he got the part, he went and took acting lessons because he didn't want to mess up in a Marvel movie, so he went and took acting lessons.
Yeah. So
he could be good. But he was pretty funny in the movie.
Yeah, he was, man. He was pretty funny. Like he sold it to me. He sold the character to me.
And it's his little thing where he like takes everything literally.
Yeah.
He's like, these jokes don't go over my head. I'm too fast. My reflexes will catch it. Oh yeah, he was like funny in the movie. So what's your top 3?
Well, my top 3 best 2014. They're all actually all Marvel's movies. Actually, it's really surprising. There's a lot of Marvels. I'm waiting for DC, but Marvel's is ahead of the game.
Batman. DC movies suck. Okay, that's just how it is.
Okay, we're gonna discuss this later. But Man of Steel was a good film.
And what's the Batman? DC movies suck. Okay.
I'm just saying. That's another time.
What about Green Lantern? That was a good.
That didn't happen. I was just saying. So my top 3, number 3 would be Big Hero 6. I saw that movie just recently.
That's a Marvel movie?
That's a Marvel movie.
I
didn't know that either.
I didn't know that was
it's a Marvel movie, and there's comic books, so you can actually watch it. Big Hero 6.
I did not know that. I learned something new today.
I learned something new before watching that film too. Yeah, I was like really, and it was a very family
oriented.
Yeah, oriented vibe movie. It was. There was some drama, there was like love, family, and an action. There was action in the film, so you had everything in there. And comedy, and it just fit well. And like, take you a different perspective of San Francisco, or they actually, it's like separate Tokyo, like Japanese revolution of San Francisco or something. But it was just really awesome, and I enjoyed everything of it. Like, there was no downfall of the film or anything. I think, and it wasn't made from Pixar's. So I sometimes I feel like Disney doesn't need Pixar, but
they split up now.
They should split up, but like yeah, whatever they do, they did really well. And number 2, which what got my list, was Captain America 2: Winter Soldier. I thought this film was amazing. It just blew my mind. Like all the secrecy, and then you find a spoiler alert. Like you find out that it was actually what's that, like Nazi? Wait, what's it called?
Red Skull.
Yeah, the Red Skull, but Hydra.
Yeah, Hydra.
The Hydra was the one behind S.H.I.E.L.D. all the time, and it actually talks about the political subjects that are going on today in America about privacy and how like they're trying to. Whoa.
We are in Oakland.
We're in Oakland.
They might be doing a sideshow outside.
So, yeah, sorry about
you
that.
Heard that.
But yeah, like they talk about like espionage and how like terrorism, like how everybody's a fear of terrorism.
They're trying to scare you.
Give up
your rights.
Yeah, give up your basically us individually we're losing our rights every year or every politic elections, whatever. But overall, they had like a lot of action. It was. I didn't even think it was a Marvel film. I thought it didn't feel like it was a Marvel film whatsoever. I thought it felt like it was an actual like Bourne Supremacy or something like that, or like Taken or something, or Non-Stop, kind of like that type of action feel and stuff. But with Captain America in the name of it, so I like that film. And my number 1 is also your number 1. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. I only saw this movie like maybe once. I know you saw it, I don't know how many times, 4 times?
I saw it twice in the theaters.
Yeah, but Guardians of the Galaxy really like sticked into my head. Like I actually remember most of the scenes already, even today. Like I knew what you're talking about. Even though I saw it one time. That's how good this film is. It's like it's one of those films like you watch it and you can take all that in and still remember some of the lines, and you can watch it again and still enjoy it. And
it's like real memorable.
It's very memorable, and it's like exactly someone described it. It's like Star Wars and Star Trek. It's like it's a film in space that we haven't seen for a while, and this is actually something that took me somewhere else, you know. And it's great to know. And I'll be honest, I don't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't read the comic books or anything, but this movie makes you feel like you don't need to read the comic books.
People are going to start reading the comic books now.
Yeah,
the movie.
Yeah, those are wannabes. I'm not. I'm sticking not to read them. I'm just gonna watch the films.
He's the reverse hipster here.
Exactly. And my honorable mention film that I watched and I also enjoyed, I didn't make it to the list, was 22 Jump Street. Like, it didn't make it just because, like, 21 Jump Street was, you know, the big pie. And I just felt like they was just trying to expand it more, to get more money out of it. Yeah. But it was an enjoyable film. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, it was pretty fun. You haven't seen it? Yeah, you should see. Did you see the first one?
Yeah, I saw the first one. I like the first one.
The first one's awesome. Yeah. This one is, it takes some of the magic away, but it's still it has a new type of feel to it. It's pretty dope. They even make fun of themselves in the film, like, oh, but just because we think they're gonna give us more budget, we're gonna make it better, like Department or something. But it's just you just have to find the lines in it. But yeah, so that's my top 3 of the best films of 2014.
And I want to give a shout out to the guy in 22 Jump Street, not the buff guy, but the other guy. I can't remember his name, Jonah Hill.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be a fat guy, and he lost weight, and he's a skinny guy, and he's still funny.
Yes.
There's a lot of funny fat guys, and they lose weight, and then they're not funny anymore.
Yeah.
But he's still funny, no matter what his weight is. So I'll give a shout out to Jonah Hill. Yeah. And that is it for James and Jonathan for JoystickDream.com. Stay tuned for more, and go check out the website, JoystickDream.com.
Bye.